Hi, I'm Bill, the knee pain guru, the best in the world at eliminating knee pain without drugs, shots, or surgery. We have another edition of the Knees for Life Inner Circle. And this is a question and answer for members of the Knees for Life Inner Circle about what they have going on with their knees. And I use my virtual clinic, which is my membership site, as a reference or a backdrop for giving directions or what I would do in that situation in terms of setting up the conditions in the body so the body can heal what's going on in the knees, as well as what is the highest leverage thing we can do today, right now, to relieve the pain in the knees by creating comfort. So I got a lot of great questions today. I'm going to go over those in just a second. I want to go over a little bit of housekeeping, which is members of the virtual clinic that are on the call, look in your inbox because I just sent you a link to be able to click on to come into the Hangout with me and ask questions yourself. You'd be live on the call with me. So Knees for Life Inner Circle members, go in your inbox, check that out. You should have it sent to the email address that you signed up with, and then I'll be able to go ahead and work with you one-on-one. So without further ado, we are going to move on to the questions. I got a great one. This was some feedback I got from one of the videos. This is from, we're not going to use, Ryan is his name. And it says, Dear Bill, when I was 15, I tore my MCL, which is a ligament in my right knee, in a freak accident playing road hockey. I did physiotherapy for 3 months, and although it did not help, every now and again I would feel pain in the knee. Fast forward to 2013, 28 years old, and at this time had surgery on the left knee to repair a torn meniscus. After the surgery, I was told the meniscus was more like shredded beef. They had to remove a portion of the meniscus. Now, I must mention I tore the meniscus because of the work I was doing, which is roofing. But I had no way to prove it, so I didn't make a claim to WSIB. He lives in Canada. He received no further treatment except for self-rehabbing he did at home. Fast forward to last night, March 24th, 2015. 2 years after the left knee surgery, he's now 30. Arthritis is set in both knees due to bone-on-bone in the left knee, and the pain is sometimes excruciating. I don't take meds except for a pill supplement named Instaflex, which I picked up at one of the local GNC health food stores in his area. It helps relieve inflammation a little. Last night, my knees inflamed and I couldn't sleep, so I looked up knee soreness on YouTube and I found one of your videos. What a miracle. I did the stretches shown for about a minute, and after the stretch was completed on both knees, I could instantly feel the pain of 2 years run down my legs and out through my toes. I was so relieved. I almost started to cry. I couldn't imagine how painful it must be for someone who has gone longer than even me with knee pain. Writing this a day later, I still feel great relief in both of my knees, considering my pain due to inflammation in the ligaments and tissue. I still feel a little pain due to bone-on-bone, but it is nowhere close to as painful as it was before. I applied the stretching technique shown in the video. The stiffness and soreness has also almost disappeared, and my movements has increased without the need to go through pain. Thank you, Bill, for the knowledge you have shared. This one tiny tidbit of information has already made a substantial amount of difference in my daily life, and you wouldn't believe it. It came at no cost. You're truly a wonderful person from your friend Ryan. And I wanted to share that with you today because that's really the essence of how close we are to being out of knee pain. Tiny little nerves, the width of an eyelash, being squeezed. And get the pressure off of those nerves, and the nervous system reorganizes around the comfort. It's that simple, it's that quick, it's that easy. Now, is it always like that? No. And Ryan isn't finished. He's got more to do. He's got issues. If he wants to avoid a knee replacement, he's going to need to work on other things. There's other conditions we need to set up in the body. We have to work on creating comfort on a regular basis. We have to work with supplementation that can rebuild cartilage and meniscus in the knee. Yes, that is correct. You can build cartilage and rebuild cartilage and meniscus in the knee. So this is the essence of what I'm talking about, is that when we apply comfort at the right time, in the right amount, in the right order, the body knows how to heal itself. It does that automatically. We just need to first believe it can be done, and then be quiet enough in our mind and in our body that we can listen to it. By creating comfort, we get to a new, deeper level of awareness and understanding of what's going on in our bodies. It's that simple. It's that straightforward. It's that easy. And it's also that difficult, because we have to untrain what we've been trained, what we've been taught our entire life, to look for the pain, to look for the threat, to check and see if it still hurts. When we can shift that paradigm, when we can look at it like the photo negative of a picture, instead of looking at the picture, we look at the photo negative of what comfort is. So I wanted to share that with you. I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, that was just an incredible feedback, in a testimony to this program, to this work, and a testament to your body's ability to heal what's going on in your knees. So I'm going to go on to more questions now. Okay, I got a question from Lance. I'm 11 months out of a ruptured patella tendon, have nerve damage on the side of the knee and scar tissue. Would I suggest the knee walk? I need to know more information, Vance. Like, was the ruptured patella tendon, was it repaired? Is the patella tendon healed? Like, you didn't, I think ruptured patella tendon, I think completely torn. So I don't know what's going on exactly. Having nerve damage on the side of the knee and scar tissue, I would work on specifically. Now, going into the virtual clinic, this is what I would begin working with. So this is for, members of the Knees for Life Inner Circle. I'm giving them the specific stretches in the virtual clinic that I work with. It would also be helpful, Vance, to know exactly like what you did. Did you fall on the knee? Did you hyperextend the knee? Did you slide and the knee bent and that's how you tore it? Was it a side-to-side motion? Was it a rotation that caused the rupture in the patella tendon? All of that is going to give me a better idea of the pattern that's going on in your body that is causing the issues that you're dealing with. As far as the knee walk, that's going to be a very direct thing, and it depends on where the scar tissue is. If the scar tissue is on the side of the knee, I look at like direct massage using some supplementation. I'm going to put Dr. Frank Charles's ultimate supplement list. He put together a supplement list based on specific issues, torn tendons and ligaments, post-surgery, torn meniscus, torn cartilage, that kind of deal, bone on bone, swelling and inflammation. So he put the specific supplements that are ideal. Now, all of his stuff is real natural, and he went and put together this especially for my clients. So I'm going to put that in the comment section below, and I'm going to go ahead and do that for you. I'm going to make a note here. Okay, I'm going to put that in there. But in terms of like the stretches that I would do, I would go into the virtual clinic, the stretching lounge, passive stretching section. I'd watch the intro to passive stretching. I do modules 1, modules 2, and then this the space or the scar tissue on the outside of the knee. I would do module 4, module 6, and module 7. And work with that and see how that begins to change what you have going on there. So that was modules 1, 2, 4, 6, and 7. And work with those. Let me know how it changes. And oh, one more. The scar tissue is going to be module 45. That's what I would work with the scar tissue for now until I get a better understanding of what you have going on with your knee, and then we can dial that in even more. And we can cover that on the next Google Hangout. Okay, so check that out, Lance. Go work with that, and then I will look to hear from you soon. Okay, question from Cheryl Graham. When it says this is for the rotation, when you say clockwise, it means two different things depending on which leg you're rotating. If I turn my leg clockwise, I'm rotating internally towards midline. If I rotate my right leg clockwise, it's being externally rotated. Confusing. You should use internal and external rotation to avoid confusion. Cheryl, granted, yeah, that may be confusing. However, we're going to comfort. And what comfort is what makes the difference. So you can call it blue or green, A and B, up and down, 1 or 2. It really doesn't matter what you call it. It's the direction that's more comfortable. So hopefully that helps you in finding comfort. What I'd really like, the feedback that I'd really like is how it changed. How it changed in your knee, that taking the knee to comfort, using the rotation of the knee, and how it made a difference. That's going to be more valuable feedback for you that I would be able to give you in the context of what's going on with your knees. Question from Blanca. She says, both knees hurt. My right is the one that hurts a lot more. I'm wondering what I can do to have flexibility on my right knee because I can't bend down, kneel, don't have full mobility. Can't step down from the sidewalk to the street. I have to step down sideways. I used to ride the stationary bike, but can't ride it now. I hear a lot of cracking noise when I wake up at night and go to the bathroom. I have bone-on-bone arthritis. Will I be able to have flexibility again in my knee? Yeah, Blanca, absolutely. If you look at Ryan's, like what happened with him when he did the right stretches at the right time, setting up the conditions in his body so the body can heal. It can happen like that. Now, you have bone on bone. It's been like that for a while. We have to set up, we have a lot more work to do, but it can be done. I would work directly with, like I said, not having mobility in the knee, not being able to bend the knee. I would work with going in the Knees for Life Inner Circle, log into the virtual clinic, go into the passive stretching, go into the stretching lounge, the passive stretching section, and watch the intro video, watch modules 1 and modules 2. I would also look at modules, where are we? Modules 22 and 23 for your hips and your lower back. It's like you got to do something fast, Blanca. I mean, obviously it's not getting better and what you're doing isn't working. We need to really take some action here. I'm going to put a link to fill out an application so we can have a conversation, because I think that's going to be a higher leverage for you in terms of getting you the results that you're looking for. If you want to ride the stationary bike again, you want to walk down the steps without having to go to the side, I can imagine that'd be pretty frustrating and very difficult to, I know what it was like for me when I couldn't walk, when I couldn't stand, when I'd limp, and how embarrassing that was for me. And I'd imagine you would be experiencing something very similar. So if you want help with that, I can certainly help. So I'm going to put that application in the description section of the video. Just go down below the video, click on show more, and it should show up. It'll be a live link. You click on it, fill out the application, and it'll take you to a time on my calendar where we can schedule a time to talk about your knees. Next question is from Elias. Will this help me avoid knee pain in the future too? Because it helped and it did now, and I want to know if it can affect and build strength or something in the knee. And if you have any tips how to build strength in the knee, it would be awesome. Okay, Elias, great question. Will this help avoid knee pain in the future? Yes, if you continue to do it, and yes, if it's the right stretch. I believe it's 37 different stretches for the knee that it's in my program, Say No to Knee Replacement. And those are the specific stretches depending on what's going on with the knee, because the knee can hold the tension pattern differently depending on where it hurts. So it can help, but there's more to it than just the stretch that you used, which is great, the fact that it did help, but we want to make sure we have the knowledge and understanding of the body that we can go on into the future and have it all taken care of. It can affect strength because now the muscles are able to engage in a way so they're strong. And if there's a tension pattern because of pain stuck in the knee joint or in the leg, as the leg's protecting itself from the pain or the injury, you can't engage the muscles so they can be strong. You don't have to do anything else, meaning like you can wake up one morning and the legs can feel weak, and it's not because overnight you suddenly got weak, it's because something else pulled tight. So if we begin to relax those tension patterns that are causing the leg to be tight, now we can engage those muscles. So you can get strong like that without doing anything else, just because neurologically the body is firing the way it's meant to. Tips on how to build strength. Well, that's one, which is relax the tension in there, but also I'm going to put a link to my book, Stop Your Knee Pain Now, which is all about strengthening the tendons and ligaments in the knee joint. So I'm going to put that in the comment section as well. This was great. Okay, so if you're under 18, close your ears, but I have to read this because this was absolutely hilarious. Question is from Nauman. I'm in fucking East Asia. How do I fucking go to your clinic? You're just advertising through videos and not providing help. What a waste of time. So it just goes to prove that everyone has a different perception of what's going on with my stuff. My clinic is online. My clinic can be accessed from Southeast Asia. So it's the information is there to help you. There are videos that I put online that can absolutely help you. The information is there. You have to look at lots of factors. It's not just like, building muscles in the leg. There's mindset, there's water, there's nutrition, there's breathing. All of that can be done no matter where you are in the world. So obviously knee pain can get you pretty cranky, as evidenced by the comment here. But, once again, we have to look at, I got no information from Nauman as to what's going on with his knee, so I can't possibly help. So there you go. Just to give you an idea of how we need to change our mindset in order to be able to get the help we need, the support we need. So this question from Kona. Great temporary relief. I've been through a torn Achilles for the last year, and now I am having this severe knee pain. Sucks getting old. Okay, Kona, the old thing is somewhat of a misnomer. Because if the old that we feel, or the stiffness and achiness that we feel, is a result of the buildup of stress and tension in the nervous system. And if we begin to relax the tension in the nervous system, space is created inside the body, between the joints. So we have more access to our body's capability of movement and flexibility and mobility. Now, the temporary relief you felt, it's just like if you're going to do maintenance on your car or your house or your relationships or whatever in your life. We have to do maintenance on our body the very same way. So using these stretches as a way of maintaining the relief, just like you get up and you exercise, or you cut your grass, or whatever it is, you need to do these stretches as a way of a daily maintenance so your body feels good. And there's no reason like you have to feel like you're getting old. So if you give me a little bit more information about what you have going on, then I would be able to give you a better direction in the virtual clinic as to what would be helpful for you. Here's a question from Jack Samuel. It was, wow, thanks a lot, Bill. I can definitely feel a difference. This was one of the rotation stretches. Trick worked fairly well. It felt somewhat better, but not totally better. Perfect. Jack, nice work. And not totally better is going to lead us to the next stretch. Not totally better is going to give us an idea of where the tension is moving in the body. And when we understand where the tension is moving in the body, that's where the world opens up for us. Because now, instead of focusing on the pain, we're focusing on comfort. And every time we focus on comfort, comfort expands. Comfort becomes a reality. And we do that each time with each different stretch to create comfort, to create comfort, to create comfort, to create comfort. And what happens is the space is created in the body, the pressure has gotten off the nerves, and you feel not somewhat better, but totally better. And that's something that we're looking at. So give me more detail. How does it hurt when you bend your knee, when you extend your knee, when you twist to the right, when you twist to the left, when you go upstairs or downstairs? All of that is going to give me the information I need to help you, because I understand the tension patterns that are going on in your body based on your experience of pain. So, Jack, hopefully that helps you some. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm going to put the link as well to sign up for the Knees for Life Inner Circle. If you happen to come across this and you would like to get this type of help and support in your life around your knee pain. That's what's so important, is like when you have knee pain, we only think about the knee pain. We don't think about comfort. And I've already been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. I had 4 knee dislocations. So I understand what it takes to get out of pain because I've already been through it. Okay, question here from Riemann. My knee was hurting again after going to the gym. This stretch worked really well to ease the pain. Thank you very much. Awesome. Keep it up. When you experience pain, we focus on what could create comfort, and then we go back and live our life. We don't have to think about it. But we have to build the neurology. We have to build the competence of understanding what comfort is. We have to start feeling our way out of pain. We have to feel what is comfortable and what is not. So got a question here from David V, or actually not a question, just a comment. Thanks so much. Kevin Dorr. What if you had a hard time gripping your knee from having big calves? My hands aren't super big, so it's very difficult to grip. If you have any tips, it would be greatly appreciated. Okay, Kevin, great question. You can do a couple of things. One is you could take a belt and put the belt around the leg, and you can get a little bit of leverage with the part that's hanging out of the belt. as well as you don't need to have your hands all the way around the calf. The rotation of the knee doesn't have to be like this big bearing down Mongo smash kind of rotation. It can be very subtle, and as long as we're getting the pressure off of the nerves, you're going to feel relief. So sometimes it's a little bit, many times it's a lot easier than we're trying too hard. It's easier, and we can get this to work without putting in so much effort. So try that. Let me know how it goes. Okay, question from Tan, or actually a comment from Tan. Thank you. After a week of pain, it stopped. So this is all feedback that I've gotten from the very last Knees for Life Inner Circle, which was 2 weeks ago. Okay, Shanna. I slid down a few steps yesterday morning and initially thought everything was fine. About an hour later, my knee began to hurt on the back side and felt sore and stiff. Today it feels the same. When I knelt down to put my son's shoe on, the pain was magnified by 100. Do you think it is a sprained knee or something more serious? Shanna, that's not my call. That's something you're going to want to go to your doctor and get that checked out, because if there is something broken or torn, you want to be able to at least know what you're dealing with, the very least. Just because you know something is broken or torn doesn't mean you have to have a doctor address it. We just want to get an understanding of what we're dealing with. The analogy that I use many times when I work with clients is we can't begin to reorganize the living room until we turn on the lights. So we can't deal with what's going on in the knee until we know what's going on. So Shanna, go check out your doctor. Give me a response. Let me know how that goes, and we will go from there. Question here from Caroline. Hi, I'm 17. I had my first injury in my right knee 2 years ago while playing a basketball game with girls who didn't know how to play. Okay. I thought it wasn't a big deal, so I just let it be. During the 2 years of time, I've been on and off of crutches because my knee popping out constantly. Well, a month ago, I finally took action and got an MRI, only to find out I had tore my ACL and meniscus. Sounds like me. The doctor told me that he suspected the ACL tear was probably from the first injury. However, the meniscus tear was a consequence of lack of care from my first injury. Yes, Caroline, you sound just like me. I just had my surgery 5 days ago. The doctor basically stitched the horn meniscus back together. Now I'm really worried that I still can't bear weight on my right knee, and my knee's been really swollen. There is also a big bruise the size of a small palm under my incision. I went to see the PT today, and they said that I'm recovering well. Whenever I put weight on my right leg, wearing the giant brace as a device, it hurts so much. Is that normal? Yeah, Caroline, that's going to be different for everyone, and this is something you definitely want to talk with your doctor and your physical therapist about. What's normal for you is going to be different for someone else. My experience with my knee, I had horrible pain. Like, I remember going to the physical therapist, I think it was the next day. If it wasn't the next day, it was 2 days after my ACL surgery. And they took out 2 pieces of meniscus as well. And my body was so weak. My leg was so weak. I couldn't even do a leg raise. I couldn't even lift the leg off the ground. I couldn't even engage the muscles. And it was so painful, so painful. So this is something you definitely want to check with your doctor and your physical therapist about. There's going to be the link to Dr. Frank Charles's ultimate supplement list. I'm going to put down in the description below. So check that out. Definitely check with your parents on that, to make sure that would be cool with them. You get their consent on all of this. So that would be the direction I would go, and do the protocol that Dr. Charles outlined for post-surgery, bruising, swelling, pain, all that kind of good stuff. It's in there. Question here from Trays. I have pain under my kneecap and it becomes more aggravated by doing squats and deadlifts. Is this an issue to deal with, or can I stop it? I know if I go to a doctor, they will tell me just to stop the exercise, but that's not going to happen. Okay, let's see. Yes, you can address that. A lot of times, just going from my experience working with other clients, a lot of times a pain behind the kneecap ends up getting diagnosed as chondromalacia, which is, if it left long enough, it starts wearing behind the knee. Wearing behind the kneecap. So what I would do, what I have found is that there are some stretches that are exceptional for working with that. And one is going to be, Knees for Life Inner Circle, get into the membership area, go into the virtual clinic, go into the stretching lounge, passive stretching section, watch the intro to passive stretching, do modules 1. That's going to be really important. Most likely there's an external rotation of the lower part of the leg that's affecting what's going on. Modules 1, modules 2. I would also look at module 8, 8A, and 8B. That's all going to affect the kneecap. And then I would work with, in addition to that, passive stretching, modules 22 and 23. Those are going to be very valuable for you as well. Go back and rewind this and play this again to get those specific modules. But once again, it's going to be in the virtual clinic, the stretching lounge, passive stretching section. Work with those after you squat and after you deadlift, because we got to think this through in a way that we're relaxing the neurology. So you don't want to push the muscles. You don't want to push the tendons and ligaments after we relax them. We want to push them and then relax them so we can optimize the body's ability to recover after training. And that's a huge, huge piece. So watch the intro video, modules 1, 2, 8, 8A, 8B, and then modules 22 and 23. Okay, question about knee pain when cycling. I'm having the above knee pain, which hurts when I go to stand up and when I begin first walking. I have a 29er hardtail mountain bike, and when I first started to ride it, did not have this problem. And this is from Mina. And this is what happens is when we push our bodies a certain way, it takes on a pattern based on, if you're cycling a lot, it's going to be a different pattern than, Trey's one where he's deadlifting and squatting a lot. So the patterns are going to be different. And the pattern is going to be different if you're sitting in a desk a lot. So depending on where our body spends the most time, the tension patterns in the knees are going to be different. So this is important to look at. The knee pain, which hurts when I go to stand up and first begin walking, give me how it hurts. Like, is it in the kneecap? Is it on the outsides of the knees? Is it on the insides of the knees? Is it just below the knee joint or above the knee joint or in the back of the knee? Knee pain in general is not going to allow me to help you and serve you in the way I can. What we want to do is look at where it hurts. Kind of be like a little kid. Well, it hurts right here. And if we do that, then I'm able to give you a stretch in the virtual clinic that is going to give you the highest leverage of getting you out of pain right now. So go ahead and do that. And while I'm waiting for your next question, I'm going to go and answer Mario's question. Here's another one about pain when cycling. I was in a race cycling and hit his knee hard. I just got the MRI, results from the MRI, and have scar tissue on my knee. Any suggestions? Should I do suggestions of what you should do and how long till I get back on the bike? I don't know. I don't have a gauge. Hitting the knee hard, and where's the scar tissue? Once again, that was like Mina's question. I don't know enough about what's going on in the knee, how it hurts, when it hurts, inside, outside of the knee, front of the knee, back of the knee, above the knee, below the knee. All of it's going to be a different tension pattern depending on, in this case, how hard you hit. So that's something to really consider and look into. So Mario, clarify what the question you asked me, and then I'll be able to give you, be able to serve you better. Okay, question from Lena. I've been working the elliptical about 4 times a week in an effort to avoid the jarring effects of the treadmill, and I recently developed this little sharp pain towards the left front of my right knee. It doesn't bother me at all when I bend, kneel, go up and down stairs, or walk on the front part of the foot. The only time it triggers is when I do the movements of going from the back of my foot towards the front of it, or when I try to pivot. It's when I strike my normal stride that I feel it until my foot reaches the front of the stride, then it stops. Foot. The area is a bit sore, but I don't feel as if anything is torn. I don't feel it when I'm on the elliptical so much, but more so when I'm on the floor. I reviewed your website and videos and exactly where you were, and I'm exactly where you were in the beginning of your quest. I don't want to incur the expenses associated with the doctor just to tell me nothing is mechanically wrong with it and wanting to cut, as they can get scalpel happy. Your videos make a lot of sense on how you helped understand what truly would be something to visit a physician and what doesn't constitute the necessity. I'm pretty savvy when it comes to listening to my body and certainly don't believe this warrants the visit to a physician. Nevertheless, it's impeding my workout and my quality of motion. To give you a chuckle, I'm not quite 50 years old, 49.95. That is good. I'll be 50 in June for my issue. Maybe it's just overuse or repetitive motion of the elliptical, and only time will heal it. But I'm bummed because I really enjoy the machinery. Okay, Lena, that's a great description. That's what I'm talking about, like for Mario and for Mina. It gives me a very specific pattern that's going on in the knee, and we can begin working with that. So Lena, here's what I would suggest. This is the direction I would go in. Once again, stretching lounge, passive stretching section. Do modules 1 and 2 because that's going to really give us an idea of where the knee or what's going on with the knee. I would also look at module 1, 2, and 21. Watch the intro video, do modules 1, modules 2, and 21. The 21 is going to be the meniscus stretch, and sometimes the meniscus gets bound a little bit. Like when we are, let's see, like when you could think of the meniscus like a piece of bubble gum between 2 bricks, and it gets squashed, and the meniscus will pop out the side. And it'll be real tender, you know, and we don't, depending on how the tension pattern is going on in the bones, it will kind of slide out a certain side, and it'll cause some pain in certain positions. So that's what I would work with. The intro video, modules 1, modules 2, and I forgot the last, hold on a second. Let me find the video. Oh, in module 21. So that's what I would work with for what you have going on with the meniscus stretch. And then let me know how it changes. Because the feedback, like what happens from here based on the stretches that I gave you today, what happens from here will give me an indication of how the pattern is changing, how the pattern is moving. There's no longer bad or good right or wrong. There's only feedback. And when we create comfort, we get feedback immediately as to how the tension pattern is shifting. And this is going to give us an indication as to how we can work with the knee joint in a way that creates a new reality for your body. That's ultimately what we want to do. If you want to have your joints the rest of your life, we got to create a new reality. If you've had pain for weeks or months or years, you're on this slippery slope to a knee replacement surgery. Maybe not today, maybe not next week, but the conditions are right for the pain to continue, arthritis to set in, bone on bone to be created, and then you're a perfect candidate for knee replacement surgery. So if we zoom out big enough, we see this bigger picture of what's going on in the body and the trends that are happening in the conventional medical model. Now, if you want to go down that path, that's totally up to you. But I'm here to share with you that there is another option. There is another way. You just have to get your ducks in a row, which is mindset, water, nutrition, breathing, and then create comfort. And then the body does what it does. It heals. That's what it wants to do. And if it's not, there's something in the way preventing it from doing so. So those are all the questions I have. The next Knees for Life Inner Circle, I had to change the date. It's not exactly 2 weeks. It is April 15th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it'll be the same time, same channel. We are going to go over all of the questions for the Knees for Life Inner Circle members and get those answered so they have the direction that they need to help them with their knee pain over the next couple weeks. I'm going to put those links in the description box. I'm going to, jump off the call here, put those links in the description box so you have access to Dr. Charles's ultimate supplement list, the Stop Your Knee Pain Now link for the strengthening the tendons and ligaments in the joint. Also a link to sign up for the Knees for Life Inner Circle if you are watching this and haven't done so already. And what was the other link? I think, the application, a time to speak with me. So if you have an issue with your knee, you want more support, you're not getting quite the results that you're looking for, and you want to speed that up, you want to reduce that time into a fraction, then absolutely set up a time to speak with me. We'll get you the support you need. We'll get you the results you're looking for. We'll have that happen in a very short period of time, and then you'll be living your life not thinking about your knees. So thank you so much for being a member, and I will see you on the next call.